Welcome back to Game Scoop, everybody. I'm your host, Damon Hatfield. I'm joined now by Greg Miller.
Ahoy!
Marty Sleva. And Justin Davis, who's very upset because he just got schooled in an online game of Hearthstone.
I did.
You lost IGN $2.
Yes.
I did. I was playing an arena match. It did not go my way.
And the funny thing is, you thought you had him.
I
came over to sit down, and you're like, I've almost beat this guy.
He was so cocky about it.
He had 9 health.
Cocky,
I got him down to like 9-6 health, and then he just hung out there. He couldn't.
I think it's that rubber banding.
Couldn't put him away.
It's like Mario Kart. Yeah. So much out of Red Shell.
We're not going to talk about it, but Hearthstone, you give it a thumbs up?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. We are going to talk about the date of November 15th, 2013, the day that The Wolf of Wall Street is in theaters.
Is that really the date?
Yeah, it is.
That's awesome.
Wait, which one's the Wolf?
That's the new Scorsese movie.
New Scorsese movie.
Oh,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
yeah, okay. Damn, now I got choices on what I'm going to do.
I know.
No,
yeah, it's also the day of the PlayStation 4.
Oh, right. Trophies.
Yeah, so it's going to be a busy day.
Finally played DC Universe Online the way it was meant to be played. Stunning HD, DD.
It's a Friday.
Yeah.
Which is also the day of the week that the PlayStation 3 came out, if I'm
That's right. No, that's 100% right. Good job.
So yeah, Sony announced their date first. We're still waiting on the date for the Xbox One. We thought maybe Microsoft would announce it this week at Gamescom. Now it's seeming more like they won't. They've already had their press conference and their media showing. So
You think there's going to be an event for them later on, or this is going to be an announcement?
There's no, unless they do it either at PAX or TGS. I can't see them doing it at TGS.
no, I don't think they're doing anything.
Yeah, but it better be an event. It would be weird if a press release just came out like, oh, by the way, it's coming out on November 20th.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like the date itself, I don't see as being that huge of a deal. We know it's going to be pretty close to PlayStation. I don't think they need to have like a big event.
The big deal is if it's before or after.
Right.
The number one story on IGN yesterday.
Yeah.
Seems like a pretty
No,
big
I mean,
deal.
the date is a huge deal, but now that we know one date, like we know their Xbox is going to be right around the same time. Like whether it's November 8th or November 22nd, like...
I think it's a big deal, honestly.
I mean, you know, Sony would love to be out in front of Xbox, right? And I think...
Does it matter who goes first?
I think it does.
Yeah.
Because people have already pre-ordered them.
Right, but there's still a ton of people who... the story I always come back to is the Ryan McCaffrey story after E3, where he predicts that Xbox One's going to be launched alongside Call of Duty Ghosts.
Which is what day again?
That's November 5th. Yeah. And so, like, that's an excellent point of, like, if you're just some guy who only buys Call of Duty, you walk in to buy Call of Duty, and they're like, oh, and you can get it in Super HD over here. And they're like, oh, my God. Blah, blah.
And I think all of us have been to that point where we're kind of like, no, we'll wait to buy something. And then all of a sudden it's out, and we hear the hype. We're all talking about it in the office. You go into Best Buy, you see it, and you're like, shit, I guess I should buy this. And
I almost bought a Wii U when everybody was tweeting about the Wii U that day.
And so if you only have $500, maybe the first one you walk into the store and see will be the one that you end up buying.
Well, I mean, for that Call of Duty player, right, they're going to come in and they're going to say, I've heard about the Xbox, right? Do my friends carry over?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, and it's okay. And they buy it and they don't even think about that. There's a price difference or this, or they've gone back and forth on policies.
And if you say you're excited for, like, next-gen Assassin's Creed Black Flag or Watch Dogs, and, you know, if you're able to play those on the 15th on PS4, or you have to wait till the 29th to play them on Xbox One,
right?
Maybe you take the dive first for those 2 weeks.
29th would be Black Friday.
Whoa.
Black Friday.
Yeah.
I think part of the reason the PlayStation news... it surprised me a little bit because we were hearing rumors that it was going to be later. It's like PlayStation had been nailing everything. You know, they came out of E3 so strong. All the news has been so strong from them. And we were starting to hear people say, man, like they might be launching early December. Like they're just not quite ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, you figure it's all
now they are. So
it all comes down to supply, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I still think it's kind of crazy that North America and Europe are getting this well before Japan.
Yeah.
Japan does not have a release date.
That's crazy.
They were very clear at E3 that we are launching this holiday this year in these two territories.
And that shows that they're definitely feeling heat from Microsoft because Microsoft is, I'm sure, I actually don't know about their Xbox One plans in Japan, but, you know, it's the same story it's always been. They've struggled there significantly. You know, Sony sort of feels like that's a territory they can sleep on.
That's money in the bank, right?
Yeah.
No matter when they put it out, people are going to buy it.
Yeah, Microsoft also came out, I think it was last week, and said that I think they originally promised 21 different territories.
Scale it back to 13.
Scale it back to 13. And granted, it was like Russia and then a lot of kind of...
Lots of rumors of manufacturing problems, chip yield problems on the
also,
Xbox
maybe
One.
that is them pulling back so that they can launch like with force in America and England and Germany, earlier. So I don't know, that November 5th, that would be amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I think it'll be a big deal. I think if it can hit with Call of Duty, especially the fact that the Call of Duty reveal event, right, for multiplayer was brought to you by Xbox, and all they talked about was Xbox.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and now they're doing the opposite. Oh, I think I'm right about this, but aren't all GTA things PS3? Which I know that's not next gen, but it's interesting to see companies do their marketing.
GTA things?
The same way that all Call of Duty marketing
so far has been on that. They announced the bundle, the headset.
Yeah, and so it's interesting to see third parties and console makers pony up.
But that's one of those Call of Duty has always kind of been associate with 360,
right?
And I associate GTA with PS2, so that's just kind of how that works with me.
I mean, when they said during this conference and blah blah blah, Grand Theft Auto 5, I was like, oh, like if they were gonna say anything, like they have a week of exclusivity on it or something, I was like, what? And then no.
I think the reason this maybe isn't quite as big a deal as it could be is because they are doing better upgrade programs this time around, or that's actually never something that I've seen before in video games, where a lot of big games are launching before the next gen consoles. So at GameStop, you can trade in like the Xbox 360 version of Assassin's Creed, and for $10 get the Xbox One version.
Yeah, that's pretty cool because it may come out a month before the Xbox One
and so it's like
version,
that's a really painful those first transition can be painful at times. Like people really really want these games, but they're gonna get the next gen consoles, don't want to have to rebuy them. So
that's big with Call of Duty too, because they said that you're like all your stats and all that garbage is going to transfer over to you. It's not garbage. I just
hi everybody.
That stuff.
Figurative garbage.
I'm in charge of Call of Duty. I want to tell you all your stats and garbage will transfer from the Xbox.
I guess you guys have won me over, and you're right that if the Xbox can come out, it finally happened. Justin's admitting he's wrong about something.
You just take off the mic and leave.
That would be a really really nice 10 days for the Xbox One. That would have over the PS4.
So if there isn't stock in stores available, then it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah, but see, it's nice, but I think it's less nice because they're really doing things to soften that transition. If you're going to get a PS4, fine, play Call of Duty on your PS3 for a few more days, and you can get the new one for $10.
It's also kind of funny though that this is very topical right now, but in a year this is going to be the most dated, inconsequential game scoop that we've ever recorded, because it's going to be whatever that week or two was.
We've done a lot of inconsequential games.
The PSP Go, it can't fail.
Sony announced they've already sold over 1 million pre-orders of the PlayStation 4.
That's crazy.
I think
including 2 to Greg Miller.
See, and that's what I'm talking about. Let's be clear here.
Wait, why do you have 2?
He has 2 Amazon accounts.
I didn't realize I had 2 Amazon accounts.
Why
so
do you have
I
2
logged
Amazon
in,
accounts?
and
I do too. I
didn't pay attention to what I was doing, I guess. So I have two Amazons, all right? It's not that crazy.
I have 2 Amazon accounts that are tied to the same email, and which one I get logged into is determined by what password I put in. Yeah. How does that make sense for anybody?
Man, you guys got weird problems.
Yeah. Well, it's not really a problem. I was like, I got 2. Good deal.
My wife and I both have Amazon Prime for no reason.
That's silly.
It ships doubly fast then, right?
Yeah.
It arrives yesterday now.
Instantaneous. I like that.
Pretty good. So, do we want to make a prediction? Let's each make a prediction, then we can see if we're right.
Oh, we're going to put this in a time capsule?
Yeah.
All right.
Listen, and it's okay to pick the same dates, but I think November 8th is the Friday of the week that Call of Duty comes out.
You thinking that?
I'm going to say November 5th.
You think it comes out on a Tuesday?
On the nose with Call of Duty. Go to the
Tuesday
store and
launch for Xbox One.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say the Sunday before Black Friday, which is...
That'd be the 22nd.
Second. Yeah, something like that.
A week after PS3.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm saying November 12th. That's the Tuesday before the PlayStation comes out.
Oh, this is so
Why do you guys think it would come out on a Tuesday?
You're already going to the store to get games.
Yeah, because Tuesday's the day the games come out.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're right. That's my prediction. I'm not taking it back. Right. But consoles are a little bit different. I think the Wii launched on a weekend.
A weekend.
Bum, 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 bum. GameScoop.
Yeah, and with that, stay tuned for more from IGN GameScoop.